Welcome back to Grand Prix World. No more hangover, my voice has come back, and you join me for the last two rounds of the 2001 season. We're blasting through it. Good news was, from last episode, was that Pedro Diniz got his first career win. That is good news. Also, the car seemed to come on song a little bit, and we're feeling pretty confident going into the Italian Grand Prix for the same reason. It's a power circuit, it should suit the car. So Pedro Diniz is super happy to have won his first Grand Prix. We're super happy too. Shinji Nakano had a engine failure, which took him out. Jordan got both cars in the top 6 again. Korean Air have distanced themselves from us and signed with Prost, those slimy bastards. Minardi will be using Mechachrome power. That's interesting. I don't know if that's a step forward or a step back for them, to be honest. Williams and Bridgestone will be partners, so that's not a works deal for Williams. Their slide into obscurity continues. Pedro Diniz got the fastest lap. Not really a surprise. Stewart and Sauber both have complete sponsor packages for next year, so we are, I believe, us and Williams and Minardi are the only teams without a full sponsor package, which is sad news. Now no one's talking to us, so something's gone wrong. Have we lost out on all those deals? Oh, apparently not. Apparently we signed PlayStation. When did that happen? Was that last episode? That hangover was really bad. Did that happen? I'm not sure it did. Apparently it did. Well, that's fantastic news, but I had no recollection of that at all. Okay, so we're in a pretty strong position then. We've got 4 of the highest paying sponsors on the car. Telecom Argentina will get rid of next season, so we'll replace them, and we just need one more sponsor, and we've got 2 rounds to do it. Who's available? Brother and Capital GDZ. We will go after Brother, I think, because a 1-year deal from PlayStation is neither here nor there for us. We're still going to try and press on for a better deal from Castrol though. And we're very close to getting a guarantee from both Peugeot and, most importantly actually, we want Goodyear. Castrol we want to work on as well. Put 17% on Brother. Actually 15%. And we just have to hope that we win another race, get a success card, and snaffle that up. And that completes our sponsorship package. We will bring to the next Grand Prix our buddies at Castrol and Goodyear. So that's the goals there. See how we are on the staff front. Anyone worth signing? We'll expand a little. I got a really great question while I was recovering from my hangover, which I'm going to address now. It was Turye again. Thanks very much for your email. So he asked me, do I think we could be winning the championship this year if we weren't stuck with 2 pay drivers? And it's a fantastic question. It really is. I think you've caught exactly what I've been trying to communicate through this playthrough, so props. The answer is maybe. The answer is maybe. The overriding factor, actually, towards our performance so far has been our unusually high rate of non-finish. We've lost a car at least every round, I believe. I don't think we've had a double finish for a while. Although that could just be the hangover talking. But you're kind of right in a certain extent, because even though Diniz is starting to look really good, and I'm glad we've kept him, if we take Nakano as an example, if we'd replace Nakano with someone like Frentzen, if we'd been able to do that, or Wirtz, they could, in theory, push much harder. And I think we have a car that is It might not be on par with the Jordan, but I think it's easily comparable to the Benetton. And I think we could be consistently beating the Benettons if we had a better driver that could push harder without ruining the car, and if we had better reliability, because that's key as well. Reliability it's got many facets. The driver having a certain level of mechanical sympathy is always going to be helpful, but it's all very well and good me saying, well, put Frentzen in that seat and we would be winning the World Championship because we could push and get the maximum potential out of the car. And that could very well be the case, but the other factor is, would pushing harder have resulted in an even greater rate of fail? We don't really know. There is an underlying reason why components fail, and we discussed this in episode 1 and several times since, and I always use it as an example because I think it's an excellent example. And that is, you can get failures on the rear wing because the car vibrates too much, and that is the reason. So there's no such thing really as a 100% random failure. There is something we've been doing wrong, or some kind of manufacturing fault somewhere that has caused the failures that we've had. Why the engine is failing, I don't know. It might be that we've not been putting enough points in setup on dealing with heat. That could be a factor. The other factor could be that the engine tolerance of the fuel is not high enough to support the power that we're asking of the engine now. We get a power boost from the fuels that Esso supply, but the sympathy they have for our engine is below average. There are many reasons why we could be having these failures, so it's not necessarily down to whether the driver pushes. The obligatory crash there. So yeah, basically it's not just down to whether the driver pushes, although of course that is a factor. So there's a lot of things to consider. I mean, going out on a limb, I could say, yeah, if we had drivers that performed to a consistently higher level, we'd certainly have got better results when we'd finished, but whether we'd actually finish is a totally different matter. And I'd love to have been able to establish what it was exactly that was causing our car to fail. And if you're smart, you can sort of detect a pattern and come to realise where your car is deficient, or where you're letting yourself down on setup, or where your drivers are going wrong. But that's not something that we've been able to do. Well, I say we, it's not something I've been able to do on this occasion. But hopefully, not that I'm hoping for failure, of course, but hopefully some point in the future I get an example to show you that can kind of convey what I'm talking about. Right, I have to set back up the sponsors again because of course the game crashed. Unacceptable. We took 10% off there, I think, and 2% off there, and I don't remember what we did. I'm going to leave 20% on there and we'll put 12% on Brother. I know it was 17 before, but whatevs. And we invited Goodyear and Castrol. Okay, so we're back where we were. Moving on, we had hired some commercial staff because we're still lacking firepower in that department. Okay, onto the design office. So we have a reliability upgrade for our brakes to deploy. Let's do that. We're going to upgrade the reliability of our electronic systems as well. We're investing heavily in technology now to shore ourselves up for next season. Let's see if our automatic gears are legal. They are. It's all coming together now. I'm going to begin an active suspension program again because that, as we know, delivers the biggest boost. Now, I'm not going to build a car this round, although that was my plan, because I want to build these things. and basically we're going to have to build car 4 at the start of next season, which, you know, is a bit of a bummer, but it's not going to be a massive penalty to us, and it means that we've got a reliability boost and a performance boost going into the last 2 rounds. How are the cars looking? We've got damage on one of them. That's right, so the cursed car 1 is going to go to Nakano because we've only got 4 spare parts after that. And we will run testing for the setup now and not repair the T car, which we've done a good job of so far, but I think, you know, at this stage in the season it's fine. We're going to do no engine testing because it will get us literally nothing. I'm going to reduce that even more because it's 2,000 a mile at the moment. We'll do 150 miles of testing for $260,000 bucks. I think that's a fair split. Okay. So cars 3 and 1 need to be repaired. And hopefully we don't pick up any more damage in the next round. Okay, sponsors are sponsored. Tech stuff is tech stuffed. Okay, race time. So hopefully I haven't been overconfident and my bluster doesn't come to pieces when we go to the race. Let's see. What to do. See, part of me thinks that it might be an idea now to set up Deniz with a bit more heat tolerance. I think we'll go like this actually for both cars. I think that's smart. Are they identical now? Yeah, I like that setup. The engineers have automatically maxed out top speed, so that's fine. I've added a bit of extra downforce, extra braking to deal with the extra speed. I've set up for good weather, so hopefully it doesn't rain. I could have put a point towards slack wind, but you never know. So I've set the car up for a low dust scenario, and we've set up to provide a little bit of extra cooling because maybe that's a factor on the engine failure front. Usual tyre split. Yeah, just checking I've put them in the right cars. Hopefully car 1 isn't actually cursed, but you never know, there could be some defect with it. Okay, 27 degrees and cloudy with a strong wind. I don't know if that's good for us, but I suspect not. Yep, it was not. So we're starting to learn about the car now. We don't tend to perform very well in hot weather. It's something I'm noticing. Nakano again outqualifies Deniz, which is somewhat inexplicable. I think the hard compound tends to work better in warmer conditions. David Coulthard takes pole ahead of Heinz Alfredson's Jordan, joining Newhouse third for McLaren. Alexander Wurz puts his Jordan fourth. Jan Magnussen outqualifies us in the Minardi. That's a bit of a worry. It's a bit of a worry indeed. Hopefully we have the race pace instead. Some light rain, strong wind and a temperature drop. That plays right into our favour. So you see we're starting to learn already actually some stuff about our car that I hadn't considered when I was talking earlier. The extra thing to remember is a lower temperature is better for the engine, and so that actually magnifies the power boost that we have from such a strong engine. The engine will actually produce much more power, well not much more, but it will perform noticeably better in cooler temperatures. So good news there. We're going to do the usual, why mess with the classics. Nakano can do a 27-26 split, which I think is well within his capabilities. Okay, please be kind because we need the points. It's good. it's another win. Shinji Nakano takes second career win on a 1:23.18, well down the road thanks to saving himself a pit stop. Wirtz puts it second for Jordan, David Coulthard third for Berton, and Pedro Diniz picks up points in fourth position. Mika Hakkinen has a strong drive to fifth, and Mika Sala picks up a point for Minardi despite the fact his teammate outqualified him. Williams' cars finished dead last with Johnny Herbert 3 laps down. Big casualties were Heinz-Harald Frentzen and Johnny Newhouse. Michael Schumacher's Ferrari also failed to finish, and we did have a Stewart finisher this time, so they seem to be slowly getting on top of their reliability problems. And at least it was a double finish from us. That moves Nakano up to third in the Drivers' Championship, and it puts us within almost striking distance of Benetton per second, which none of us expected. I still doubt that we're going to close that 15-point gap and overtake them, but miracles can happen. If we took 2 wins and they scored no points, then yeah, that'd easily do it, but I don't expect that to happen. So Nakano's having a strong run at the end of his Arrows career. I still don't feel guilty about ditching him, to be honest, because we made the right call at the time, and that's all we could ever do. We've finished design work on our active suspension, which was very quick, impressively so. So we're starting to get the morale boost now from winning races that all our staff are performing to a higher standard. That is homologated as well, which is fantastic. And we've got an electronics upgrade again. This this impairs our ability to repair the cars. How many chassis do we have? We've only got 2 cars for next season, so well, this is where it gets a bit picky. Well, look, we have to have 4 spare parts. That is non-negotiable. Because that's what we need to get the cars race ready. And then the rest is all gravy. Okay, is 44% of our staff enough to build a car? Yes, it is. We can build a 2002 car. We can build a driver aid. If there's 16%, it's enough for this. No, we're 3% short of building both. I think the driver aid's actually worth getting, to be honest. And that gives us a residual extra spare part for the next round. When we need to build car number 3, that has to happen. So I will do no repair work now prior to testing, because that would be idiotic. We've got 100% of our designers available, so we are going to have a look at some traction control. And yep, another reliability upgrade. Even though we've not applied the one we've just built. Let's see if we can hire some more construction staff. We can. We've got 10 places free in the team, so I'll hire 3 people. And again, that puts our costs up, I know, and we're starting to begin to eat into our profit margin again. But speculate to accumulate. Okay, testing time. Testing is expensive again, so we'll do exactly the same test program as last time. And we can use our fortune points to boost our design projects. And let's repair the cars. I don't know how we're going to perform at Luxembourg, is my honest feedback. I have no clue. I was giving it some thought while I was at work today, and no idea. No idea what to expect. We have a success card to play on the brother deal, which is 1.2 million for a season. That's pretty good. Still no guarantees, but we have got the maximum money we can out of Castrol, although they've not promised to deliver it. I think we're probably going to do better to spend this card here than we would getting a guarantee from Castrol, which may still come. So that's what we're going to do there. That should hopefully complete our sponsor package for the first time in the history of our control of the team. have we repaired the cars? Yes, we have. So now it's time to do that thing where we go racing. Now, this is interesting because the setup screen is telling me something that goes against what I've been doing so far. It's telling me that this is the right way to go on setup. I'm not convinced, because I like to add downforce and speed always. But I'm going to split it. I'm going to do what the game tells me with Deniz, and I'm going to do what my heart tells me with Nakano. We'll fit the new active suspension system to both cars because there is zero reason not to do that. Let's party, sailor. 18 degrees and cloudy with a strong wind, so the conditions are reasonably favourable for us, although we prefer it if it was raining. Must be the only team on the grid that prefers it to be raining. Okay, so that tells me either the soft tyre is significantly stronger here, Nakano is better suited to the track, or my gut setup was the right way to go because he's outqualified Deniz by 4/10, which is pretty significant considering Deniz is on the faster tyre. Johnny Newhouse puts it on pole ahead of Heinz-Harald Frentzen and Alexander Wurz in a Jordan double. David Coulthard 4th for Benetton. Our own Shinji Nakano for Arrow's Peugeot is 5th, and Esteban Tuero in the Benetton Mercedes puts it 6th. Stewart outqualified Minardi, who outqualified Prost, and the usual Ferrari, Sauber, Tyrrell, Williams, fuck pie is going on down at the bottom, so that's all classy. 5th and 8th is better than last time. We've dropped a degree for race day, which again is generally helpful for us. Let's put some fresh boots on. And Nakano is our best bet, so we'll put him 34, 33. Fresh boots all round. I wonder if he can do it again. Someone has. Oh, it's a 1-2. That's incredible. Nakano was massively faster. Finished 14. No, I learned to count. Jesus, 11 seconds ahead of Pedro Deniz, but this is our first 1-2 in the history of the team. Both our drivers finished convincingly ahead of David Coulthard's Benetton in 3rd. Frentzen, Wurz and Badoa all go backwards in the race to finish 4th, 5th and 6th respectively. A reasonable level of attrition with 7 cars out. The main casualties were Johnny Newhouse and Michael Schumacher again for Benetton, and Esteban Tuero's Benetton had an engine failure. Tuk-Tuk Mercedes still not finishing that, still not addressing that reliability problem of Mercedes, it seems. That is a significant result, and I think that is a true reflection of what we've accomplished as a team. We've made a significant loss, developing these extra driver aids and stuff, but this is now the beginnings, I think, of a concerted effort next season to win the championship. Nakano sits 3rd still, Deniz is 5th, Heinz-Harald Frentzen is 20 points clear at the top of the pile of drivers. On the team front, we are now incredibly within 3 points of Benetton for 2nd place in the Constructors' Championship. I'm really pleased. I hope you guys are as well, and I hope you've enjoyed seeing the team evolve from essentially back of the grid material to a genuine contender over the course of the last seasons. Everyone should be incredibly happy, morale should be through the roof, and it is. Everyone's incredibly pleased. I'm very pleased. I think Deniz actually deserves the plaudits most, because that was a very impressive drive from him. We have lots of technology upgrades to apply, but we're not going to apply them because we need to build a car for testing next year. And we need spare parts. Although actually, if we've got 19% left, which we do, we can address one of our pending technology upgrades. Okay, which one was that? Should be the oldest. Yeah, it was. That was the electronics upgrade. Okay, so we've managed to get one of them on the car before the end of the season. We go into the last round of the season in a very strong position. I'm not sure how Japan's going to treat us, but it does have a tendency to rain, so that's something that we know plays to our strength. How are the cars looking? Wow, we didn't put any wear on the cars at all. That's really, really good. That's really good. I'm a happy man. We're losing money, quite significantly, but I think it's been worth it to invest in the technology knowledge for next season, so we don't have a car that's designed by the best driver in Formula 1 at the moment. Best designer in Formula 1 at the moment, I'm sorry. And we don't squander it with him putting out a great design that is inherently unreliable. So let's hit the testing track first of all. Smashing. Why not? Let's see if we've got that brother deal. We certainly do, and we've got a TV advantage to spend. We've got a guarantee from Goodyear, no guarantee from Peugeot. What about Castrol? Castrol have given us no guarantees either. I'm going to drop this on Castrol because it's a 2-year deal. And hopefully, hope against hope, that Peugeot cave and give us what we want. We now have a full sponsorship package, 100% coverage of the car. It's not the maximum money we could possibly be earning. Every team sponsor pays more than Red Bull. Telecom Argentina deal was crap, but it was for 3 years. And Brother is not a level 5 sponsor either. But we did get the highest paying works deal open to us. It doesn't mean someone else isn't getting a better deal, but it was the only one open to us. And the car's looking nicely covered. I'm pleased. So, with that in mind, dear friends, let us commence the final round of the 2001 season. Any new tyres? No. I'm going to try Deniz on the hard compound because we've got literally nothing to lose now. All good there. Right, setup. I'm going to use my gut again and go against what other people might do. Got all the driver aids fitted, all the latest tech that we have. Everything looks sexy. Let's hope for some friendly weather conditions. 17 degrees and cloudy with a strong wind, that is good. Or is usually good, but maybe we don't suit the track. Let's find out. 7th and 8th, not amazing, but we've already seen what we can do from 8th position. Deniz out qualifying Nakano by 4/10, so maybe they should have both been on the hard compound all season, but it's been very hard to tell, to be honest. Johnny Newhouse takes pole for McLaren, Heinz-Harald Frentzen second for Jordan, David Coulthard rounds off the usual suspects in third, Alexander Wurz is staking a pretty hefty claim on a permanent 4th position on the grid. Luca Badoer and Esteban Tuero round off the top 6. 26 degrees, heavy rain. So temperature has gone up, which is bad, but the rain is heavy, which is good for us. I'm going to try... Actually no, I'm going to be conservative because we need the points to hopefully grab ourselves a second in the Constructors. So I'm going to put Nakano on a 1-stop in case it stops raining, split strategy, and I'm going to leave Deniz on a 2-stopper in case it doesn't stop raining, because I don't trust the rain tyres to last through. Okay. 4th and 6th. Is that enough? No, it's not. Because Benetton got a 2nd with David Coulthard. It will have been close though. Heinz Frentzen wins for Jordan, and the podium is rounded off by Alexander Wurtz's Jordan. Mika Hakkinen puts his Prost between Nakano and Deniz. So, I think the temperature is what damaged us. However, Nakano was a pretty healthy 3rd position in the Drivers' Championship. Deniz took 5th, and I don't really think that's through any fault of his own, really. And we took 3rd in the Constructors, which is what we were aiming for, a mere 5 points behind Benetton in 2nd. There we go. The end of another season. I hope you'll join me, I think, Wednesday. Sorry about that. I hope you'll join me Wednesday for our usual customary pre-season roundup. But what a fantastic end to the season. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. I love getting your input and your feedback. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think of this season. Give me your season review in the comments below, and we will discuss at length next episode when I'm a bit more human. Still a little hungover today, and it was a long day at work, let me tell you. I hope Monday's been kind to you. Don't worry, there's only 4 days left, and you have a fantastic Tuesday. Take it easy.